Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast episode 777 for Tuesday, the 12th of May 2026. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag PSND, Steam ID, Webby, 360G, and joining me today is...
Back again, it's Dark as Frost.
And I'm here again, it's Graham, or GMOX14.
Yes, we don't have Darren this week, which is...
Bum, bum, bum.
I know, it's crazy. He's like, he's here every week, but no, he said he can't come on this week. Just a little note, we're not doing a show next week because I'm down in Devon/Cornwall this week and over the weekend, not back till mid next week, so unable to record. So just to let people know. Also, I had a little chuckle. You would have seen this, Graham, a minute ago. Peebs was going to come on tonight. And he just messaged about 5 minutes ago and said, I've just woken up. I can be on for 8. I said, don't worry about it, mate. Like, bloody old man Peebs having his afternoon naps till gone 7 p.m. in an evening on a Sunday. Wonders will never cease. Jeez. That is funny, isn't it?
Like it.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to be able to go to sleep tonight now. He's going to be really tired for work tomorrow now, isn't he?
Well, I'm sure he'll find something to do.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be all right. He'll be listening to the podcast and cursing us all.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Right, yeah, so I know you two haven't done a lot of gaming recently, though, which is...
Not a lot.
Oh, wow. But I haven't spoken to you for a while, Frosty, on Discord or anything. You've been quite of an enigma. What's been going on?
Well, I've been going out quite a bit as usual. And as the weather's changing, more things are coming on for me to go and get drunk at.
Alcoholic Frosty has a life.
Well, it's living vicariously through my daughter mainly because obviously we're starting to get into festival season and she's a musician, so the more gigs she gets, the more we have to go to.
Oh, fair enough. So
do our part as the parents.
Yeah, if that was me, I'd stay at home with my Xbox on and just be like, "Oh, just video call me later. Let me know how it was." No, it's good, mate. It's nice for you to be supportive. That's fantastic.
She's doing well. She actually just got nominated for a music writing award. So
that's good.
Yeah,
very nice.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. Fantastic. That's good. Oh, excellent. I still haven't fucking shifted this cough that I've had for like a month. Right. Shall we get into talking about some games?
Indeed.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about this first because you were asking me about this before we hit record, and you've actually said that you've played a little bit of it yourself. So obviously, Game Pass, I've been playing it a bit more than I had been previously. Going through some games, trying to broaden my horizons a little bit. And a new game dropped this week on Game Pass called Mixtape. And I know, Frosty, you said you only played it a very short amount.
Yeah, I've done 10, 15 minutes of it, sort of like the initial skateboarding sort of intro. Purely because I saw a trailer for this. God, it seems like absolutely ages ago now.
Yeah.
And it may have even been a year or two ago when we first saw a trailer for this. And I did like the art style and the music. So I wanted to see, how it played.
Yeah. Well, I completed it this week. It only took about 3 hours-ish. And I actually quite enjoyed it. I mean, at the beginning, though, I thought it was a bit weird. Like, it took me a little bit to get used to the art style. But very early on, there's like a scene with two mouths kissing with tongues for ages, and you have to move the tongues. And at that point, I was thinking, is this really for me? Do I really want to carry on with this? Because I just thought it was a bit weird. But obviously I finished it, and I actually quite enjoyed it, to be honest. It's all set in the 90s. And actually, obviously it's set in America, but some of it did make me feel quite nostalgic because I grew up through the 90s. You know, I was born in the 80s, so the 90s was kind of my school time era with secondary school and stuff. So, like, some of the stuff, like the way the relationship with the friends are, the music, the technology, like they're using Discmans and tapes as well, you know, for recording music, making mixtapes. Obviously, it's called Mixtape. Like, I did that all that as a teenager, a young teenager, you know, and I recognised a lot of the music, and I was just like, yeah, this like and. Back then, obviously, before your social media and you didn't have phones and all that, it just reminded me of that with the way the friends interacted. You know, you'd go round your friend's house and hang out in their bedroom and just talk shit and play music because that's all you had to do, right? So those aspects of the game, I think they really nailed, to be honest. I think they did really well. But it's not a game per se. I would say it's more of an interactive kind of story, a little bit like
Dispatch.
Yeah, a little bit like Dispatch or that Edith Finch.
That's the vibes
game.
it gave me.
Yeah, or was it The Return of Edith Finch and games of that kind of style like this. So this is basically done in multiple chapters, and there's a song per chapter. Just give me 2 seconds, Mark. Another child's walked in here. Thank you, Marcus. Can close the door. And so basically, each chapter has a song, but the way it's kind of set at the beginning is you're in 3 different. You go from bedroom to bedroom with all your friends, and you're kind of reminiscing because basically the story is, it's their last. You know, they finished school. So they're all like, so it's basically the last time all the friends are going to hang out together before they go, you know, to high, what's it called, like uni or whatever.
Colleges, yeah, different colleges.
Yeah. So, you know, it's all about, you know, so a lot of it is reminiscing about that. So, and that's it. It's actually quite cool because the stuff they get up to actually reminded me of my youth because there's like scenes where they're stoned out their heads and then they're doing stuff and it's just really funny, you know what I mean? Without spoiling it. Yeah, so I quite enjoyed it, to be honest, which I found quite interesting because, as I say, it's not a game. It's like a story you follow, and there's like lots of different set pieces where you're doing like skateboarding or you walking around an area having to collect things, but then it gives you the story as you're doing that. And there's other interactive things. I don't really want to spoil it for people because it's such a short game that like some of the surprises are quite nice, I think. But what I found quite surprising is obviously I was a bit concerned because IGN gave it a 10 out of 10.
Woke tape.
Well, this is what I was worried about before I played it because obviously we know what IGN are like. And obviously a lot of the people I follow on social media, there's been a lot of narrative about this game being ultra woke and stuff like that. And when I first saw the art style, I was a bit concerned about that because you look at it and you think, oh yeah, it's kind of that vibe I'm getting, but it's not woke at all. And what's frustrated me the last couple of days is obviously the stuff I've been seeing on, say, Twitter and Facebook and stuff. There's been a lot of hate towards this game from people saying, oh, it's ultra woke. IGN are giving it a 10 out of 10 because it's woke and it's full of, you know, LGBT bollocks, blah, blah, blah. Like, there is literally none of that in the game. So obviously these people commented on it haven't played the game at all. Like, there's no gay characters. There's no, you know, no lesbian characters. It's the 90s, man. You know, it's all just, you know, a couple of the girls are a bit tomboy-y, but that's what a lot of girls were like back then as well, you know? So I think they've actually got the vibe down quite well, to be honest. So I don't understand where this hate has come from, saying it's ultra woke online, because it's not. And I'd be the first person to say it was if it was. You know.
I think it's definitely got something to do with how it looks, because, as I said to you before, and I hadn't even seen the IGN review, but I instantly thought, is this going to be another woke style of game? Just because it looks, it's hard to explain, but the art style they've gone for, you think this is just going to be another like Eden Finchy sort of thing. But yeah, it intrigues me because the reveal trailer from a few years ago just looks so different.
Yeah, and sometimes I like these kind of short, easy. They're not
experiences.
That's a perfect word. It's an experience, right? It's quite nice because it's like with Return to Edith Finch, as I said, and there's been a few others I've played where they're very short. Kind of you follow the set pieces through, and you just enjoy the experience more of like an art, like interactive movie type thing. If you're watching the stream now, you're watching the tongues. but no, I thought it was. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was done very, very well. And it was quite interesting because one of the characters has a real strict dad who's a cop, and it goes into how him being really strict has made her rebel and all that sort of stuff. And I just thought it was really interesting, those kind of those relationship dynamics with different parents in the game. I thought that was really cool. And I just really enjoyed walking around the different characters' bedrooms, because they're all obviously different style, but the way you just pick up an object and then it would go into the memory and you'd play through that kind of memory. I just thought that was cool, man. Yeah, I thought this game was really interesting. Now, would I buy it? I don't know, because I think it's priced at like 15 quid.
This is another thing I was about to say to you. Obviously, this was on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Would you have felt you'd have got your money's worth, seeing as it's only 3 hours long?
Probably not. So obviously I've had a different experience with it playing it on Game Pass. And this is one of the benefits of Game Pass, right? No matter like the arguments of the pricing or whatever, I think this is one thing that I think Game Pass has always been good for, in my opinion, is discovering games that you wouldn't normally buy.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have bought this, 15 quid or whatever. I think it's 15. I wouldn't have bought it, no, unless it was on a deep sale, because I know how short it is. Yeah. So definitely one good for Game Pass. I'm sure it'll hit PS Plus at some point in the future as well. These games always seem to end up on both platforms, don't they? So, but yeah, it's I thought it was a cool game, mate.
Unless I'll carry on with it then.
Yeah, for sure. Like, just take it for what it is. Don't take it serious. It's not like a hardcore game by any means, but as an experience from beginning to end, with some really good music, I have to say, which will recognise pretty much all of it, I reckon. Yeah, really cool.
To be honest, as I've got older, this is the sort of style of game that is becoming more appealing to me. I mean, even on other games that I play, I tend to now just play them on the story easy mode because I want to experience the game.
Yeah.
And I don't care about dying and how hardcore it can be. So these sort of experiences are actually becoming quite popular for me.
Well, and it's the time factor as well, right? You think it's a short, sweet experience and not like a Crimson Desert, which, I've put over 100 hours into now and still not finished.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's good, and I think it's the same, like, probably one of the reasons why I enjoyed Pragmata so much is because that wasn't a long game either. I think I completed in like 8 or 9 hours or something. So, yeah, I just think these games, if there was loads of these games all the time, then yeah, you'd get sick of it. But they're so rare, really, that you just enjoy that kind of
feels fresh.
That change of pace, something different. You know, and I can't really think of many games that are set in the 90s anyway, to be honest, on a nostalgia factor, you know, so.
Yeah, most go further back and go to the 80s, really, don't they?
Yeah, they do, yeah. Yeah, so. Yeah, but no, I wouldn't buy it at full price, I will say that. You know, one knock against it, to be honest, but for Game Pass, fantastic. So, and I'm really, it's really weird, like, I really fell off Game Pass the last kind of 6 or 7 months and really been playing my PlayStation a lot. And I don't know, recently, like I feel I've been really hammering Game Pass again. I've like really gone back to it because there's just been quite a lot of good little games on there. Like I've been playing that Replaced. I haven't played it this week, but you know, I was playing that Replaced and not finished that. That's really good.
Funnily enough, that is the main game that I've played this week.
Oh, fantastic. Well, do you want to talk about it then? Because I think we've talked about Mixtape now.
Yep. I thought it was a good segue into it, so I thought I'd jump in there.
Do it, mate,
yeah, so again, this was just a game that I saw on Game Pass. Thought I'll give it a look. Interesting art style. I used to love the games like Another World,
yes,
Flashback, that sort of thing. And it sort of appealed to that. It was a very similar sort of style to those games. So yeah, I've done probably. I haven't completed it yet, but I'm quite far into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. Again, it feels like a completely fresh, different experience to what we've been getting lately.
Yeah, for sure. And it's weird because I saw the trailer for it initially and I thought, oh, the art style looks quite cool. But I didn't realise how deep the game mechanics would actually be because it looked like just a simple side-scrolling kind of platformer. But I really like the combat.
Combat's done really nice.
It is Batman Arkham City, Arkham Asylum / Arkham City, but in like that 2.5D, you know, viewpoint.
It's very appealing.
But I really like you get like Another World vibes when you're exploring and like because it gets quite tough at times. Like this bit that the bit for me was when you had to do a lot of jumping and climbing and there's this train with the light and it's like moving from side to side and as soon as it sees you, you're dead in one shot. So you have to be very precise with your timing, etc. It took me a good few goes, that bit. You know, I think this is a really cool game. Do you know what's really weird as well is this isn't on PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was really surprised by that because when I was talking about it the other week with Peebs, Peebs was like, oh, I really like the look of this. I said, oh, yeah, just pick it up. And he was like, oh, it's not on PlayStation. They'd only released it on PC and Xbox, which I thought was a bit weird because usually, because obviously PlayStation is the most popular platform, I would have thought it would have been on there, but it's not coming out. It's not coming out on PlayStation until next year, apparently.
Maybe that was a deal done for being on Game Pass, or
I don't know. But I think it's a really cool little game. I don't actually know how long it is.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a fair bit. It feels like I must be coming towards the end, but yeah, like I say, I haven't looked into. I mean, I've got some guys on my friends list that have done 20 hours in it.
Bloody hell. But it's just quite... I like the story because you got this... And the way the game plays, because you got this kind of hub zone area which you go back to. And there's loads of side quests that you can pick up. And one of them I enjoy doing is getting the girl to repair the arcade machines. And you've got to try and beat the top score on the arcade machines. Have you done any of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only done the one machine.
Oh, I've unlocked two machines. I've unlocked two of them, but the second one I can't do the top score. It's like Frogger. It's just so hard, you know?
I've just had a look. So main story, they're saying 10 hours to beat. For the completionist, 14 hours. So reasonable.
That's not too bad, is it?
I must be 2/3 through, I would imagine.
Yeah. No, you know... So I just think it's a cool little game. Again, it's just a really nice gameplay and art style.
Only thing I do miss is the there's no voice acting.
So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all,
Yeah.
because it just makes it feel a bit more old school to me, you know?
Yeah, I miss that a little bit.
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to any of the music that you pick up either.
Oh, okay. Some of it's pretty cool, man.
I would have thought that you could find that music, press play, and then have it playing in the background while you play the rest of the game.
Mm.
But it seems to just be you can only listen to it when you're actually holding your little radio in your hand.
Oh, okay.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, great little game.
It is a good little game. Yeah.
So the art style's fantastic. Again,
it just reminds me of one of those old kind of Mega Drive games. You know?
Yeah, yes.
Just with nicer graphics, obviously.
I did get flashback vibes from when I used to play it back in the Amiga days.
Nice. Yeah, fantastic little game.
I mean the puzzles and that, they're not too difficult. It's pulling things and jumping across like air pockets and your normal sort of thing. I've not been stuck at all or had to look anything up. You know, it's all pretty simple stuff.
Yeah.
And they do still tend to use like yellow paint to show you what you can, what you can cut.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah.
I think there was another game that it reminded me of as well. I'm trying to remember. Is it something like This War of Mine or something?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that was a side-scrolly one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think like with the lighting and that, I think that it reminded me a bit like that for the art style.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, the combat, like you say, it's straight out of like Batman. Even having the same sort of markers that go above the heads for when you've got a counter or like dodge.
Yeah,
basically.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, then getting enemies with armour.
Yeah. Oh, which are a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah. But then it gives you unlocks for combat as you go along as well. So you get more attacks with your gun, for instance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's always just adding that little bit each progression to give you something fresh to try.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I've hardly even used the gun.
Like there's some enemies you have to use the gun to actually finish them off, like those big dudes I found. But yeah, I like it, mate. I think it's a cool little game. Definitely going to go back to it once I get back from my little trip away. So good times, mate. Good times. Another one for Game Pass. My Game Pass actually runs out next week. And you know what? Since Game Pass has been a thing, I've always done the 3 years all in one go, like buying the codes from, key sites from like Brazil or whatever. You can't do that anymore.
I've always just been a rolling monthly thing.
Yeah, so now I'm going to have to pay for it monthly, but obviously, luckily, the price has just dropped in time for me to renew and pay it proper, which I'm quite happy about, actually, to be fair. So, yeah.
I actually have 2 Game Pass subscriptions that I pay for.
Oh, one for your daughter as well.
Yeah. But she's just got the standard one, not Ultimate or anything. Because she doesn't really do much gaming.
So I managed to use it quite well, because obviously I have it on my PC, have it on my Series X, but also obviously I share it on my Series S as well. So both my kids and my missus use it, so it's actually quite good value for four people. So yeah, it's pretty good.
I mainly use the cloud these days.
and I know I do that. And do you know I work in cloud computing? That is my job. And I'm still like, and what's even worse is I work in Azure. So
I was just saying earlier with my VR headset, the last 20 times I put the VR headset on is just to play flat games on the cloud with a controller.
Don't you fucking lie to me, mate. I know you're watching that VR porn.
Well, you get that out of the way early and the rest of the day's your own.
Oh, dear. Oh. Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Yeah, so that's replaced anyway. Fantastic game for Game Pass. So yeah, we've been picking up Game Pass this week. It's mad. We need Graham to back up the PlayStation now, mate. There's been a little bit of PlayStation missing from the show recently.
Yeah, there has, hasn't there? Yeah. So believe it or not, I've been playing a game which has appeared on the PlayStation catalogue.
No way.
Which I'm sure it's brand new on catalogue, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. The Crew Motorfest.
I love that game.
Now, I was interested to check this out, and obviously with everybody talking about Forza 6, I'm missing my Forza, so I basically downloaded this. And I don't know, it's okay. What? I can't get any more excited about it than that. It's not a bad game. It just feels like, I don't know, for some reason it doesn't feel like the structure doesn't feel like the missions all belong together. It just feels like a collection of driving challenges kind of assembled. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's a common thread through the middle of them. It isn't bad. Some of it looks good. But it starts exactly the same way as Forza. It's like, here's a race, you're going down a mountain. Oh, now you're in a supercar. Oh, now you're in an off-roader, and it's just like...
Is this the one... Sorry, is this the one where you could halfway through the race turn into a speedboat and then an aeroplane?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
That done my head in.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you can, mate. No? Yeah, you can. Yeah, there is. So basically, when you're driving around the world, you can chop and change in between a car, a plane, or a boat.
So I've only played it for a couple of hours, and I've just been doing the the sort of like the playlist sort of missions, which are set races basically, and it's like you're in a Bar Harbor, you're in a Ford GT40. I mean, it looks nice. It plays okay. For me, I just don't think the handling is as good as Forza. It doesn't feel. It just doesn't feel as responsive. And it's when the very first Forza came out on the 360. I mean, a lot of people were going, it's not going to be any good. It's not going to work. How are they going to keep the feel in the game? And this almost feels like I was expecting that game to feel. If that makes sense? It's not bad. It's just there are games that do it a little bit better, really. It's a shame. But I mean, if you want to check it out and you've got the top sort of package, I'm not sure what band it's on because I've got the top sort of PS Plus sort of catalogue. But it's appeared on the library to rent for free with your subscription. So, I mean, you can certainly give it a try and see what you think, really.
It's been on Game Pass for quite a while, but I actually bought this a good few years ago when it was on a deep sale for I think it was like a $5 or something. And I've actually played this quite a lot, about 30 or so hours. And I actually really enjoyed it. Now, I'm a bit biased because they had like a whole Red Bull expansion. So it was all, Red Bull motocross, Red Bull F1, Red Bull planes, everything, because Red Bull does all that, in real life, don't they? So they added this whole section to the map, like a Red Bull play area and loads of cool missions. And I played a lot of that, but it's not as polished as a Forza Horizon. I give it that, but I quite like it because it doesn't take itself serious at all. It's just a big island. You're in Hawaii. You can just drive around, change to a plane, fly around. You're above water, change to a boat, fuck around. It's just a silly game. Now, I will say, though, that the menus are awful. They're so hard to find what you're doing that it really puts a downer on it. Like, if you want to find a season of races to do, it's like, press the start button, go through a load of menus, find the one you want. And then you'll find that a load of them you can't do unless you pay for them and buy expansions and shit. So that does let the game down. But I will say, graphically, it looks really nice.
It does look quite nice. And you can play the game from cockpit view, you can play from a bonnet view, you can play from an external view. And it all looks very good, and it all looks. The only thing I would add that does slightly annoy me about this game is when you're doing missions, the people who give you the missions don't shut up.
Oh, I know.
You're doing the mission, and they're going on and on and on and on and on. And one of the people on one of the missions, they give you a skyline, and she's like, "Well, I'll stop talking now." And then she starts talking again, and I'm like, "I thought you said you were going to stop." but no, it's certainly worth a look if you haven't tried it. And like I say, it's interesting that it's now come round to the sort of subscription service to try out. But I mean, I dived in, thought I'd give it a go. I mean, it's one of those where I do keep picking it up. So maybe there is something to it. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know if I'm waiting for that hook to kick in, but well, you know, it's worth a download anyway.
Yeah, because I think Forza Horizon's out. Is it next week? It's out. Forza
Very
Horizon
soon.
6.
Yeah, I think so.
8 days. It just says on it just popped up in 8 days. So,
because I actually don't even have an Xbox anymore at the minute.
Oh dear.
Well, I wasn't getting any use, so I basically
fair enough,
got
mate,
rid, really.
Yeah, if you're not using something, mate.
Yeah, well, I mean, and what with the subscription service being what it was, and to be honest, the hardware I had wasn't really up to the job anyway, so I was in the position where I was going to have to possibly upgrade if I wanted to carry on using the service, to be honest.
Yeah. That's fair, mate.
Which it wasn't a good place, so I thought, well, I'll put, you know, I'll get the sort of full subscription on PlayStation and stay there and give that a try. It's a shame, but it's what it is.
Yeah, can't have it all, mate. Sometimes, you know.
Wish I could afford it all. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, gaming's my number one hobby, so I'm like, I don't really spend money on anything else. So I'm like, right. Xbox and PlayStation, that'll do me with my PC. But it just gets expensive, I think, with the subscription, like paying for double subscription services. So I don't know what I'm going to do when my PlayStation Plus runs out. Oh, it's not till November, so I've got a while to think about it. But it's like, at the minute, there's not really anything I want to play on there because I've played everything that I wanted to play. But I like to have the online, at least, because I like to play Gran Turismo online quite a lot. So
yeah.
You know, it is my Gran Turismo machine, the PlayStation, and the odd exclusive. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, I think, as well, because I know it's not ever going to be the same, but I've put so many hours into Gran Turismo, and going from Gran Turismo to this, it doesn't really sort of compare. I know it never will. It's a different type of game.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It just shows you how good Gran Turismo is.
Well, I think they've done a really good job of Gran Turismo 7. It's one of those games that, even though it's a good few years old now, I play it every week without fail.
I mostly do as well, yeah.
One, it's because I like to get my weeklies done, and you get a lot of credits for doing your weekly races. But they're just constantly adding new content, new cars, new tracks.
Yeah.
You know, it's just always new content, and they've really looked after the game this time, which is just insane, you know, and just handles so well. You know, I've been playing, you know, because I've been playing Gran Turismo 7 this week, and I've been playing a little bit of Forza Motorsport as well, and I'm just like, every time I play Forza Motorsport, I'm just like, mate, all I think is, it's no Gran Turismo, you know. Which is sad, because that came out after Gran Turismo, you know. So
yeah, it's a shame. Forza was good, but for whatever reason, they've not done very well with it. I mean, I realise they're focusing more on the Horizon series, but that Gran Turismo, the Forza racing game, when they were hyping it up, I thought, wow, that sounds awesome, and it wasn't even close to that from what I saw.
No. That was the problem. Yeah. That was the problem. You know, I always prefer Forza to Forza Motorsport to Forza Horizon, because obviously I like my sim racing and things like this. But yeah, Forza for me hasn't been good since Forza 4.
No.
No, saying that, I have moaned about Forza Motorsport a lot, and I know they've stopped doing anything on it now because the dev team's moved on. But I have still played it for over 200 hours. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So there's something there, like, because there's still people playing it online, and it's not obviously it's not simmy really.
No.
It's kind of more, people call it a simcade, but it's more on the cade of the simcade, if that makes sense. But there's still some fun gameplay there, especially on the online. But I don't know, it just feels quite soulless. It's really weird. Whereas I stick on Gran Turismo and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go and look at some cars in this really cool showroom and doing the cafe, and I'm going to go and do some races online. And the way it's just all done, just really like it's made by people that love cars, like really love cars. You get all the history and, they do all the little...
That's what you got in Forza 4. You had all the Top Gear stuff. You had Jeremy Clarkson
that was
talking about every single car while you was looking through the cars in that mode.
Yeah.
It was definitely more about the cars and being an enthusiast.
Yes.
And since then it's just been made. It feels like it was made to make money. I mean, Forza Motorsport 5. That's what killed it off for me, because that was just a tech demo.
Oh, I had all the fucking
price tag on.
Yeah, I had all the it was like a little gambling slot machine thing. Like you'd get one of the free question mark things, and
there was hardly any content.
Yeah, it was a shame, really. But there's actually and it's a shame because Forza Motorsport launched so poorly, and it has improved since launch. I will give it that, and they've added new tracks and a lot of cars, but I think they announced, it was about 6 months or a year ago, I can't quite remember the timing on it, where they said that they're not doing any more content for it because the team has moved on, and that's a bit shit, really, because games like this, you need that constant drip feed of stuff like they're doing with Gran Turismo, just to kind of keep you coming back to it,
I also couldn't get my head round why they allowed you to pick where you were on the grid. It took everything away.
Yeah,
I'll just start first.
A bit strange.
Yeah.
Qualify. Come on.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a track racer.
Yeah. I know. Mad, isn't it? So, yeah. Well, that's our racing games done for the week. Then I guess.
Not quite.
Oh, not quite. All right.
Oh, it's got more. It's got more.
So the only other game that I have played here and there when I have half hour or 20 minutes or whatever is I am still playing iRacing Arcade.
Okay. Nice.
But that game is perfect for just having quick blip races of fun, and I know we've spoken about it before, and it's got nothing to do with iRacing whatsoever, apart from having the name attached to it. It's definitely more. I can't remember the name of it now. The one that the devs did previous Championship something or other.
Oh, I don't have it installed on my PC. I was just going to find it's on my Steam Deck. My Steam Deck's downstairs. Oh, what's it called?
I'll find it's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, it's fun little racer still, regardless.
Circuit Superstars.
Circuit Superstars, yeah. You should just call this Circuit Superstars 2 rather than iRacing Arcade.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the same game, other than you've got a different camera angle, and obviously they have tweaked the handling, because I have been playing the old one as well just to see how much has changed.
Yeah.
The previous racing title they did was a lot more floaty as it goes round corners, like you could spin round quite easily and whatnot. But yeah, this is cool. I hope this does come to Xbox, and consoles. I think it's just PC at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems perfect for console release.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's not on the consoles, to be honest.
It's got to come soon. Because the other one, Championship Superstars, is on console.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Strange.
Yeah, cool little arcade racer.
Nice. Very nice. I can't remember where we are on the order, so I'm just going to talk about...
I think it's you.
Yeah,
it's cool. You.
The other kind of main game I've been putting the most time into is, I talked about it last week quite heavily, is Neverness to Everness. I don't know if either of you two have played it.
I have.
Even heard of it.
Haven't you? Oh, yes. Have you actually played it much, Graham? I can't remember the chats in the WhatsApp group now.
I played it for 2 hours and then I promptly uninstalled it.
Not a Graham type game then.
It reminds me too much of games like Genshin Impact, and I thought, no, I'm not doing this. Uninstall, gone, goodbye.
Yeah.
plus, I had some extremely weird bugs when I played it, and I'm like, really? Do you know what? I'm not playing this. Well, I did one mission where I went into a room, and I think it tried to trigger something, and then I found that all my controls were reversed, which was an absolute nightmare. And I was trying to get my character to walk out the door, and it took me about 10 minutes to get them out of the room.
Oh, I've not had anything like that. I found the game quite addictive, to be honest. I've got it installed on my PC, my PlayStation 5, and my phone. I've logged in and played it every day since it launched, just to get my daily login bonuses. But there's just so much content in this game, and I am ashamed to admit I've spent £4 in this game. I know, shocking. It's just weird because I love exploring the world. It just reminds me of Grand Theft Auto, but an anime style Grand Theft Auto with the open world, and you could nick people's cars and drive around and get the police after you and stuff like that. But it's got so many different gameplay systems in the game. I don't know what type of game you can really call this, because obviously you've got the city exploration, but then it kind of reminds me of Alan Wake in a weird way with the missions and the spooky things inhabiting objects, and then you're having to get rid of them, and then you're being sucked into alternate dimensions and other missions. And then you've got the whole management aspect where you run. Well, I'm running 3 cafes in the city. And so I've assigned staff on the cafes and I have to restock them, and I'm selling cakes and coffees and things. So that's a whole other thing. Have a house, have a bank. There's a bank in there, there's all these different gameplay mechanics in there. And then obviously it's got the gacha kind of stuff on there. So you got dice that you can roll, and you earn them through spending your in-game money, logging in, doing your dailies, doing certain missions or tasks throughout the day, or you can buy them with real money. And then you roll the dice on this board, the character moves along the board, and then you might get a new character, or you might get a load of other stuff. So, but I'm really liking it because the art style's really nice. I really like the character designs as well. Really, really nice. And it's just a cool game, like open world game with just a bit, with a cool art style, as I say, and a really cool story to it. So, and I'm quite surprised Darren's played it a lot more than me, and he normally doesn't play these type of games because he hates the gachas, but it's really got the grips into him as well, which I'm quite surprised about, to be honest. But
I mean, to be fair, it's not really very in your face in terms of microtransactions, which I do kind of appreciate, but I was always waiting for that to crop up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's not really a thing. I mean, even the amount of time I've put into it, I think I've played about 20 or so hours, and I've not really felt forced, because you get the characters through playing anyway, but I just wanted some extra dice to roll on the board because I didn't have any. That's but yeah, it's not in your face. You could play it without spending anything, you know. And it runs really well on the phone. And I don't have a new phone by any means. I've got an S23 Ultra, so it's like three gens old now because I've got on the S26s now, aren't they? So it runs really well on my phone, which is good. Obviously, PS5 looks nice, PC looks stunning. No fucking Steam Deck version though, which is really upsetting me. So that's a bit of a downer. Yeah. So, but no, I think it's a cool game, mate. I don't think it's going to be for everybody, but if you're kind of into those Genshin Impact type games, then definitely check it out. But if not, don't play it. But I think it's just really cool. And also what I've noticed is, obviously the game is Chinese, but it's set in Japan. And you know what the Chinese are like, it's stealing things, right? If you watch anime, and I've not watched a lot of anime, because Darren was telling me about all these things that are in the game from different animes in the WhatsApp group. I was like, really? That's cool. And then I had a whole series of missions, because one anime I have watched is Initial D, which is about street racing in Japan. Yeah. There's a mission where you go to a tofu shop and the Initial D car is sitting outside of the shop, and then you end up doing missions which are basically playing through episodes of the anime. And my mind was blown. I was like, oh my God, I am playing the anime right now. This is insane. So that I thought was really cool. So yeah, but you can do loads of stuff. You can buy houses, buy different vehicles. There's loads of big world bosses to fight. You know, I was driving through this tunnel, this underwater tunnel, right? And then all of a sudden the tunnel went in this all weird, funky kind of, I don't know how it could, like, artsy, weird stuff. And then this whale just fucking just fucking comes out the ground of the road, flies above my head. And then all of a sudden, my car and I are teleported into this weird realm. And then all of a sudden, I'm in this fucking mental boss fight against this giant whale, just out of nowhere. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And it was just like, "Wow," you know. It's just things like that in the game. It's just fucking nuts. Just so well done. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it, as you can tell. So, and I didn't think I would, because usually I try these games and fall off them quite quick. Like with Genshin, I fell off. Wuthering Waves quite quick. Tower Fantasy, and a few others I've played, which are all very similar. And I'm just like, meh. A couple of hours that I'm done. A bit like you with this, Graham. But something about this has really hooked me in, and I can't quite put my finger on the one thing, but I just love the world of the city. It's very Japan, I say. The quests, the bosses. Just everything is I just think is really well done. So, yeah, that's Neverness to Everness, or NTE for short. So, yeah. I forget where we are now. One of you two, tell me a game you've played.
I haven't got any more.
Stuff is Frost. I mean,
well, Frosty's
done.
You've not got any more.
No.
Well, I mean, I say I've literally only probably played 10 minutes of this and 10 minutes of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been doing the usual. I've been doing the Gran Turismo. I've been playing a bit of Vampire Crawlers.
Yeah.
There was an update on that Aces of Combat, the VR dogfighting. I did a little bit of that. Nice. Played a little bit of Wrath, which is the VR sort of Quake alike. But other than that, I mean, that's probably no more than an hour or two total over the whole week. So that's really all I've been playing. So not a lot at all, really.
All right.
The update to Vampire Crawlers, does that mean that you use more than one button? You're allowed to use two now.
Oh, yeah.
That's trash. I can't stand it. It was awful.
And obviously,
you know what? It's one of those.
Oh.
It's one of those games that I never thought I'd be into. And then I played Slay the Spire, and it might have been on Game Pass, and I just couldn't put it down. So it's kind of open. That was my gateway drug.
I I did the first 2 missions of Empire Crawlers, and all I did was tap one button.
Yeah, but that's because you're super early on in the game, mate. It does get more in depth later on. I can assure you on that. Because you only get a certain amount of mana, and then you get more cards than the mana. So then you're like, which card shall I do? What order? Because obviously you get buffs and stuff. So it does get, a lot tougher. Obviously you're exploring the maps as you go as well, picking up little secrets and things. I think it's a cool little game, man, to be honest. Especially for Game Pass as well. So
that's good on the Steam Deck, isn't it?
I imagine it does, but I've got Game Pass, so I'm not paying for it. So.
Yeah, it felt like a cash-in to Vampire Survivors.
I think it's a pretty cool little game there, man. I really do. From me then, big shout out to Peebs and Depths for joining me on Battlefield.
Is he awake, is he?
Well, he was at the time. He's probably back asleep again now. For joining me this week on a few sessions for Battlefield 6, which has been really fun. Because the multiplayer gaming's been a bit... Well, there's not been a lot going on recently, and I fancied a bit of Battlefield, and then they joined me, and we had a little bit of a squad going. It was a good time. Just kind of getting ready. Well, I'm not around next week, but the new update is out on Tuesday, I believe, which is adding 2 new maps and a few other things as well. One of the maps I'm looking forward to in the update is Goldman Railway, which is definitely a favourite of mine from previous Battlefields. Might have been from 3? I can't quite remember which one it was now, but the game is still a lot of fun, man. I just love playing Conquest. I think, especially when you're in a squad of friends and you're just chatting shit and shooting people in the face, that always adds to the fun times. And another good thing about Battlefield is since it's come out, I've not had Call of Duty installed on my computer. So that's even more of a Billy bonus in my opinion. But no, still plays great. Graphics are still great. It's still a lot of fun. So, when I'm back, I'll definitely be on this again. So if people are up for it, I'll be in the Discord. And we'll have a good time on some Battlefield again. I hope to see you on there, guys.
When it hits Game Pass.
Oh, my God. Just get it, mate. Yeah. All right. A few other games I'll just rinse through quite quickly. I've not really played much Crimson Desert this week, so I'm not really going to talk about that at all. Actually, I won't skip over that. Resubscribed to Final Fantasy XIV yesterday because the new patch came out. And I ended up playing, instead of doing much of the patch, because no one was gaming online last night, I ended up playing it on the Steam Deck while my missus was playing it on the PS5, and I ended up just helping her out doing dungeon runs and missions and stuff instead for like 5 hours straight. So I didn't actually get to play much of the new content. But it's still fun. So it's a good time. What else was there? Me and the kids have been doing quite a bit of gaming. Just very quickly, Castle Crashers is still a great game because they did a remaster of it. I don't see what the difference is because it's actually, that art style just looks great. I just remembered playing it really like a lot on the Xbox 360 back in the day. Obviously they've got a remastered version on the Series X and the PS5. Obviously got it on the Xbox, and me and both my kids were playing it today, and I forgot how much fun this game is because there's not a lot of couch co-op games really out there, is there really, to be fair? But this is one of the better ones that I remembered. So I was like, let's play that. And me and the kids had a right blast because obviously there's a lot of poop jokes in there, isn't there? So they thought that was hilarious. If you remember the levels with the deers pooping and things like that, it was quite funny. So, yeah, it was kind of one of those timeless games, I think, is Castle Crashers, and just a good laugh to play in couch co-op. So that's fantastic. A game that is not, that I don't think is good in couch co-op, but we were playing it in 3-player couch co-op over the weekend as well, is Sonic Superstars. You guys played this?
Don't think so.
So it's basically Sonic, like kind of the 2D, Sonic, left to right Sonic, but in like really nice graphics. Some of the levels look familiar, but they're not. But it's up to 4-player couch co-op. And I tell you what, this game, not really designed for that. Like when you're just on your own, you can run around, you do your Sonic stuff as you do. But as soon as you add a couple of players into that gameplay mechanic, like people are zooming off and you're getting left behind, and it just gets really annoying, because once you're off the screen, like a little bubble of you appears at the bottom, then you have to press A and you reappear, and it's just you constantly feel like you're doing that, and instead of playing the game, and it just gets a little bit annoying. But graphically, it's nice. It's a really nice cartoony art style, and it is quite fun, as I say, especially if you're on your own. But add 2 kids in with you, oh my god, it's a fucking nightmare. So, but they had fun, which was the main thing. But yeah, cool little game that. And the other Sonic game that is really good in couch co-op is I've actually got it on the PS5, is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. We've been playing a little bit of that again. Mm-hmm. I love this game, and it just works so well in 4-player couch co-op, or 3-4-player. If the missus is playing, we'll do 4-player. It's usually just me and the kids though, but it just runs really nice with the 3-player couch co-op, just doing the races. And I think I was actually, because obviously I talked about getting the Nintendo Switch 2 the other week, and we've got Mario Kart World with it. I think I actually still prefer playing Sonic Cross Worlds over Mario Kart World. Like, I just think there's more for me. I prefer the cast of characters because they've added a lot of characters from different Sega franchises in it. They just added Goro Majima from from the Yakuza games in it this week, and he's got a pirate ship car, which is really cool. And just the amount of tracks, as you know, Graham, especially if you bought the season pass, and they added all like the Pac-Man one and all the SpongeBob and other ones. It's just so well done. The way you, after one lap, you have a portal into a random track for a lap, and then you're back to the the original track for the last lap, and the customization stuff. I just think it's really well done. Whereas I think, don't get me wrong, Mario Kart World's fun, but I don't know. I think it's just got something missing because they changed the feeling of the gameplay from Mario Kart 8, and it just doesn't feel as smooth anymore. And it just doesn't have as many tracks. But it's still fun. Don't get me wrong. But I think Sega have done such a good job with Cross Worlds that I think it's hard to beat. To be honest, just for the fun factor, and that's what these kart games are all about, right? So, yeah,
absolutely,
yeah. So that's all I've played.
Right.
Yes. So there's obviously been a little bit of news. Thank you, Clarky, for subscribing. Big hello to Cutty. He's in there somewhere. Let's talk about Bungie, shall we? Because this popped up in my news feed this week.
I think I put it on the WhatsApp as well, didn't I?
I think you did. Yes, you did. Yeah. So
I nearly spat my tea out when I read this headline.
Yeah. So I didn't I forgot about this. Sony bought Bungie for $3.6 billion.
Yeah.
That is an insane number. Yeah. Anyway, so they've done this.
Got Marathon.
So obviously, Marathon came out. It's not sold very well at all. Let's just have. I'm just going to check on Steam DB on the players' numbers, just live as we talk. Currently got 11,273 people playing it on Steam. That's not a lot, really, is it? Yeah, so it's not sold very well. It's not got a lot of players. So Sony have done in this thing called an impairment loss, which I don't think it's actually losing money. It's revaluing Bungie or something. But they said that they've had a $765 million impairment loss on Bungie. So, because they're doing shit. Basically. And I'm actually quite surprised because knowing what Sony are like, what they did with Concord and stuff, like I'm surprised that the game is still going, and I'm quite intrigued to see how long they do keep it running for. Because obviously these sort of games need a revenue stream to carry on, to continue. I don't know where they're going to get that from, to be honest. And it's a shame because Bungie used to be the kings of the first-person shooter, and it's just sad to see where they're at. I think, sad times.
Indeed.
Other bits of news this week, which I think is quite interesting. There's been a lot more rumours swelling the internet about Grand Theft Auto 6 and it being £100 minimum to purchase the game when it launches later on this year. Now, I have a question for you guys. Would you be prepared to pay £100 for a Grand Theft Auto game?
Nope.
No, I don't think I would.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? I know obviously people get a lot of gameplay hours out of the Grand Theft Auto games like 5, but a lot of that comes from the online, and they make a lot of money from the online portion of it. But I also find it quite strange, right? We're in May, the game's out, was it September, October or something? We've not seen any gameplay at all. I think that's quite worrying because usually with a Grand Theft Auto game, there's teaser trailers and teaser gameplay videos and going through some of the stuff. There's been nothing. We had that teaser trailer last year, I think, but it was quite short.
Yeah.
There's not been a lot shown on it, and I don't know. That just has me a little bit concerned about it, is all. Interesting. Another bit of news about the PS5 is at this point in the PlayStation 4's life cycle, the PS4 had actually sold more than the PlayStation 5. But I don't think that's all bad news because it says here that the PS5 has reached 93.7 million units sold, which I think is quite an impressive number of consoles, to be honest. But apparently it's behind the PlayStation 4, where the PS4 was at this point. I think a lot of that's probably got to do with pricing. You think it's probably about £100 more now than what it was on launch, Yeah. Which is absolutely insane. So, and that also, I'm reading through this article, that also Sony is saying they're still unsure on a release date on the PS6 because they don't know how much it's going to sell for because obviously component prices are ridiculous at the minute. I have a prediction that this is going to be a long console generation, to be honest, because I don't think people are going to be prepared to pay the prices.
I don't think people are going to be able to afford to pay the prices. I think is the distinction.
I think
it's things like how much is the Steam? How much is a Steam box going to be if it launches? That's got to be £1,000, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's minimum.
Yeah, and that's going to be less powerful than a PS5 and an Xbox. You know what I mean? So why would you spend all that money on it?
I think all the next gen consoles are going to be floating around that £1,000 marker now, which is ridiculous for a console. Consoles were always the cheap way of getting into games.
Yeah.
You know.
Gaming was always a hobby for kind of that middle class. You could even say lower middle class, because you could always get systems quite cheap, and then you wait for games to go on sale. I remember back in the day, you could get like a PS1, towards the end of the generation for under £100, and then you had the Platinum collection of games, which are dirt cheap.
Quite happy to pay £300 or £400 for a console back in the day, but £1,000, nah.
But consoles were always a loss leader, because they would always make the money back.
They'll make it on the software.
On the software sales, yeah. It doesn't seem to be a thing now. And I
think because the production values of these games have got so massive now that they can't recoup the same amount back that they used to on the software.
Yeah.
Look at the Xbox 360 era. There would be probably 15, 20 games coming out a month.
Oh, it's ridiculous, wasn't it? Yeah.
All over the place. And but now the production values to just create one game is just astronomical. So now the prices have to be higher. So I think we're getting to a point in gaming where it's going to have another crash.
I think so. Yeah, I think and it just goes through, because the indie scene is doing really well on PC, especially. There's some really high quality indie games that have been coming out the last few years. They're very reasonably priced, and they're still selling very well.
I think that is also because the AAA games are getting fewer and further between, because obviously they take longer to make.
Yeah.
So people are almost, it sounds crazy to say, but they're looking for short, cheap little things to keep them occupied between the big games.
Yeah. And I think gaming has changed a lot as well. And I think us oldies are a little bit out of the loop with some of the younger generation and what they play. My eyes were opened quite heavily, actually. A few weeks ago, I went round my mate's house, and he built his son a PC. His son's 15 years old. And I was chatting to his son and watching him game for a little bit as well. And I said to Miles, so what do you play? And he was like, I just play Roblox. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And he showed me, right? He was playing an FPS in Roblox that was pretty much just Counter-Strike. So it's basically like a game service in a game, if that makes sense. There's so many different games within the game. It's crazy. And that's how a lot of younger people are playing games now. They're just having that one game and just playing the games within it. It's bizarre. Sorry, Graham, what were you going to say, mate?
No, I was going to say, I think I listened to a podcast and somebody was saying the same thing. They were saying there are these little, because obviously it's a platform where they're encouraging users to make content.
Yeah.
And people are playing the content, and there are just these really, really tiny slices of experience inside Roblox.
Yeah.
They've got 8 million, 9 million people playing.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely insane.
And they're sort of saying, it's just, and people are playing that on their PC, on their phone, on whatever they've got on their iPad or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're going, well, why do I need a box under my TV to play games when I can play what I want to play and what my friends are playing right here?
Yeah, and you could see that. And you can see that Fortnite has tried to copy that, because when I last launched Fortnite, which was quite a while ago, the whole main menu screen is it's fucking cluttered, but it's all all these fan-made, all these custom-made game modes all on there, and they had loads of people in, all different things as well. So I think that's a way that I think a lot of younger generation are experiencing gaming. It's just playing the content in a game. You know, the game is the platform itself. And I think Roblox is like one of the most popular games in the world as well, isn't it? But we're just so out of it because we don't play that we don't realise. You know, it's crazy. So, and that in itself worries me a little bit for the future of gaming, because we're obviously older. We're very traditional in the aspect of, I want that game. I'll pay, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 quid for it or whatever, play it, finish it, move on to the next thing. Whereas these kids or whatever are just in that one platform game or whatever for years, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's interesting to see how it's all gone. I don't think it's for the better at all, but I just find that quite interesting. Talking about pricing and components, it's now affecting the Switch 2. So I'm actually quite glad I picked mine up a couple of weeks ago. In September, the Switch 2 price is going up in all areas around the world. Now, there's no set UK price yet, but in Europe, the Switch 2 is going to cost €500, an increase from €470. That's obviously a €30 increase. Metro reckon that in the UK it will be 430 quid, up from £395. So
there you go.
And Switch 2's been out for 2 years. It's actually the best-selling console in the world at the minute as well. So, yeah. I just find this. I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I sometimes feel like I'm living in an alternate reality with this, because we've, since like, you know, the 90s, I can remember back, I can't remember further back than the 90s in gaming, but from my whole memory of games consoles is they get cheaper. Yeah. You normally get like 2 or 3 years into the cycle and they're like half the price. You know, and then like a year before the new console's coming out, they'll be dirt cheap. They're trying to sell off all the stock. And we're like into the 6th year of the Xbox and the PS6, and they're over £100 more expensive than they were at launch. The Switch 2's 2 years old and that's going up in price. It's like, what the fuck is going on? You know? It's absolutely insane to me.
I think it's just that everything's getting more expensive.
I think it's people. I think it's greed. I think a lot of it is greed.
Yeah, probably that too.
When you think as well, it's the first time we haven't had an Xbox console refresh.
Yeah, I know.
Like a Slim, or I know you've got the Series S and the Series X from launch, but normally by now you'd expect to find a Series X Plus, or to try and get you to buy another machine.
Like no, but I think Xbox are trying, because I watched the Xbox dev conference that they did this week. It was really boring because it was aimed at devs. But they were saying that obviously what the kind of takeaway that I got from it is they're now focusing on Project Helix, which is their next gen system. And they were talking about how good the ray tracing is going to be on this new system, and how they're going to make it. So obviously, because they were talking about component prices being expensive, so they're working on quite heavily the software side of things. So being able to have big games, but the file sizes be smaller than what we're used to, and being able to use less memory, but still eke out more performance. But they're saying they're actually going to reveal it properly. Well, actually talk about Helix properly in a few months' time. So we're going to be finding out some info on the next gen Xbox this year, at least, which is really good. But also, I think with Xbox, they're doing a few things that I've taken note of this week. Is I know it's a little thing, but I think it's going into the right direction. Is they've removed the Microsoft naming now from Xbox brand, and the Xbox startup screen is going to change on Wednesday to just a green Xbox logo, which is pretty cool. The other thing that's quite interesting, even though the new CEO of Xbox is from AI, and a lot of her staff are now from the AI division, they're removing Copilot from the gaming, from the Xbox gaming, which I think is a good move because no one fucking wants it. You know what I mean?
I believe it is generally just going away.
Yeah.
End of.
Yeah.
From what I understand, which I think has got to be a good move.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Like you say, who wants it?
No one wants it. Like I notice it. Like when I press, on my PC, like you bring up the Xbox guide by pressing the Windows G, and there's a little Copilot thing there, and I'm just like, fuck off. You know what I mean? I don't want you there. But I've never noticed it on my Xbox, to be honest. Like it doesn't come up on the guide or anything. So,
It's quite funny because I don't know if you go onto websites like GitHub very often.
Yes,
but that is like one of the number one downloaded scripts from their website.
Really,
is a thing which just basically rips AI out of Windows.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, nice.
So obviously it's just not something that people want.
Yeah,
and they're not listening, are they? Well, maybe they are listening now. Who knows?
Well, they're starting to listen now, which is really good, I think. And I don't think they've been listening for quite a while. I don't know if Phil Spencer's hands were kind of tied whilst he was there, or he just gave a better impression than what he, than the work he was doing, because he was a gamer. Perhaps he was just gaming all day and not doing any work. I don't know. Because this new lady's got, because he had that boss and they fucked her off as well, didn't they? And then I brought this lady in from AI, and she seems to be doing, I'd say making all the right moves to bring back the Xbox brand. As I talked about last week, they really want to focus on the community again, because that was kind of the thing that kept us all gaming on the 360. Yeah? What'd you say, mate?
That was the drive back in the day, wasn't it? You felt like you was part of something amazing. Like I say, Major Nelson had his haters and things, but he was really Mr. Xbox back in the day.
Yeah.
Podcasts and
yeah, man. And they're adding a new Xbox mode to Windows 11 PCs as well that you can optionally turn on. I've not had the update myself yet, but apparently it turns it into that console experience on your PC.
Like big screen.
Yeah, a bit like Steam big picture mode. Yeah, so I'm quite keen to try that out when I finally get the update, because I'm quite keen to check that out. But no, because it's... What I was saying last week, I feel like I should reiterate it again, is I think it's really nice to see some positivity from Xbox, because I know that the last couple of years it's been all quite negative. Like there's been no games, or the games that have been coming out have been broken, and like games going to PlayStation. You just feel like, what the fuck are you doing with the brand? So I feel like it's a start of something positive. We're getting some decent Game Pass games now. I think what they need to really think about doing is bringing the exclusives back. Don't put Halo on the PlayStation. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Master Chief is Xbox. Like, it just makes no sense to me for him to be on a PlayStation. I think they should really go back to those grassroots, But I don't know if they'll go that far, because I know that they made a lot of money by putting Forza Horizon on the PS5, especially, like an awful lot of money. I think they sold like over 5 million copies on the PS5 of that game. So, but I think short term, it'll hurt them financially, but I think in the long term, it might do them good to bring back the exclusives, because it'll give people a reason to either buy a console or play the games on PC, because those are their two platforms, right? So, but at the minute, that thought process from people is, why would I buy an Xbox when I can just play all the games on a PS5? And I completely understand that, right? So there needs to be a reason to buy the system. and it's always about the games. Yeah, you look at Nintendo, they never have the most powerful console ever, but they sell the best because people love their games. You know? So Xbox need to sort that out next, I think. But at the minute, I'm quite happy to be an Xbox gamer again. It's quite nice. So that's all my news anyway, guys. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I think that's it, really.
I've got one game announcement that I'm quite happy about.
I'll go for it, mate.
It has been confirmed that this year there is going to be an Aliens Fireteam Elite 2.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Is there a trailer for this?
There is a reveal trailer on YouTube, yeah. And from the understanding is this time it is going to be 4-player co-op rather than 3.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed Fireteam.
Well, yeah, I think we played a lot of that together.
We played it quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah. It was good fun, man.
Again, it gave me that sort of Left 4 Dead-y sort of co-op vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good fun, mate.
But yeah, so they are saying that it's going to be coming out this summer.
Yeah.
Or beginning of Q3.
Ooh, okay.
So not far off.
It's too many games, mate. I'm looking forward to Batman. That's out in a few weeks. The Lego Batman Dark Knight. That looks fantastic. And I'm pondering, I know, because Diablo 4's had that big patch, that expansion. I'm feeling the itch because I didn't get the last expansion either. So if you buy this one, you get both of them.
Yep.
I'm quite tempted because I haven't played Diablo in a few years, man. So
no. Well, we did quite a bit of that together as well, if I remember.
Yeah, what I find really annoying about Diablo 4 is I know back in the day I was a bit crazy when it came out because I bought it on PC and on Xbox. But since Xbox have bought out Activision Blizzard, I would have thought that they would have merged it. So it was a Play Anywhere game, but it's not. So if I buy the expansion on my Xbox, I can't play it on my PC and vice versa, which is really fucking annoying. Yeah. But it's actually cheaper to buy it on the Xbox because you can actually buy the expansion on CD keys for Xbox for 25 quid instead of the 35 that it is everywhere else. So tempted. So, and also what's really annoying as well, I'm just having a little bit of a moan. Obviously, Forza Horizon 6 is out next week, which I'm really looking forward to. And I usually, for the Forza Horizon games, buy the ultimate upgrade. I'm not this time because I think it's like 60 quid. So you have the game on Game Pass, but then to have the premium upgrade on a Game Pass game, it's 60 quid. And I'm sure the last time they did that was 30, which I thought was a lot more reasonable. I'm not prepared to pay 60 quid for an expansion for a game I don't own. It's a lot, isn't it, I think?
Mm.
So, yeah. But no, I'm looking forward to that as well. You know, it's going to be good fun. Hopefully we'll get some gamer nights on that. Cool. Well, on that note then, guys, I think we're at the end. I've got some packing to do. I've got to make sure I pack the essentials like the Switch, the Steam Deck, my laptop.
Charger.
Yeah, my chargers. Yeah. All good. Cheers, guys, for coming on, though. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Awesome to have you on. Big thank you to people listening live on Twitch. Hope you're all doing well. Clarky says he's really looking forward to Forza Horizon 6. So if his wife lets him on the TV, he'll be able to join us. Lols. Cool, guys. Thank you very much. So on that note, it's been emotional. Don't forget there is no episode next week. We will be back recording on the 24th of May. Enjoy the week with no podcast. I'm sure you'll find something else to listen to. I hear the Joe Rogan podcast is pretty good this time of year. I
tell you one to listen to if you don't already is The Gadget Show.
Oh, that's the old Gadget Show people as well. The guy with the big glasses.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Susie Perry and Jason Bradbury.
There we go. But apart from that, there's no other good gaming podcasts out there. This is the one. So stick with us. So on that happy note, thank you very much. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. Goodbye.